Listen, I understand how hard it can be trading whilst working a full-time job. I mean, I myself had to run to the bathroom a couple of times to check on my trades. And there's been multiple times where I've missed entry setups because I was busy at work. But regardless of the minor inconveniences, it is essential to have some type of income coming in while you're trying to learn how to become a full-time day trader. And today, I'm here to teach you how to trade whilst working a full-time job. I'm gonna teach you principles that apply no matter what job you're working or what type of trader you are. So let's get into the structure of this video so you know exactly what to expect. All right, so when it comes to the structure of this video, it's gonna be broken into two parts. In the first part, I wanna talk about the effects of trading without a job or any income coming in at all. I would like to bring awareness to the problems that this causes on us as traders, and why I personally believe that if you trade part-time, the results you're looking for will come a lot quicker. This will be a little bit of the philosophy side of the video, so if you're not interested in that and you want to get straight to the tactics, then jump to the second part of this video, where I'll be going over one key principle that if you apply, you'll be able to still grow as a trader whilst working your full-time job. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the first part of this video. So the first thing that I automatically want to bring awareness to is that when you are trading full-time without any extra income coming in from anywhere else, you are expecting your income to solely come off trading. Now, that might not sound too crazy, but to truly understand why this is a bad thing, you have to understand the effects of unmet expectations. You see, my definition of an expectation is simple. It's an attachment to a reality. And whenever that reality that you're attached to does not come true, you will experience some level of emotional discomfort. Let's give an example so we can understand how expectations work a little bit better. So there may have been a point where you were younger and there had been something that you really wanted, or maybe you're older now and maybe you want a new car or something for your birthday, and your birthday rolls around. So you hop on the phone with your family members and you make it well known, hey, I would love a new car. And you can get all the cool gifts in the world. You can get a new Mac, you get a new tablet, anything. But you wind up not getting that car. Even though in the moment you may be excited and be happy just to get gifts in general, deep down, somewhere deep down, you're still a little disappointed that you didn't get the car that you wanted. This is how expectations work. You are so attached to a certain reality that if it doesn't happen, anything else outside of it is determined as a failure. If you're trading full-time without any income coming in, that means that you are expecting your income to come solely off of trading. And when it doesn't, when you lose money in the markets, anything that isn't the reality that you're expecting, you will start to feel betrayed by the markets. You will start to feel disappointed. And the negative emotions rise with every loss that you take. This can cause a lot of trading behaviors you probably heard of, like revenge trading, tilt trading. And the funny thing is, this can also happen if you do work a job, which is very contradictory to the you need a job to be a good trader point that I'm trying to make. I guess what I'm saying here is expectations in trading alone is very bad. So when you're expecting your income to come from trading, that can probably be one of the worst things you can do on a psychological standpoint. So if expectations are bad, what does that make goals? Because if we truly think about it, goals are a form of expectation. You're expecting to achieve some sort of outcome or event in the foreseeable future. I believe one of the worst things to do as a trader is to obsess over goals, because I've spent so much time doing that. I spent so much time obsessing over when I'm gonna pass my next money challenge, and I spent so much time obsessing over when I'm gonna get my first payoff from a prop firm. So a big lesson I had to learn was, instead of obsessing over outcomes, goals, and expectations, I learned how to become obsessed with the process of trading and the process of doing things in general. Learning how to love trading for the sake of trading. Because there's this quote that always stick with me, and it is, a man who loves the journey will go farther than a man who loves the destination. And it's the exact same with trading. You see, trading is an infinite game, which means that there's no end to it. Becoming profitable isn't the finish line, it is just a checkpoint. So the point I'm trying to make here is stop expecting things from trading and start learning to love the process of trading. Love it for what it really is, because if you change your mentality to being goal-orientated and outcome-orientated to process-orientated, it will be a lot easier for you. In order to balance both, you need to understand this one key principle. Put trading first. What this simply means is that if trading is what you really want to do, and it is what truly matters to you, then you need to put it first. And there's two main paths to do this. And also I'll show you which one you should be taking. So the first path is simply putting trading first. This is where you schedule your life around trading and not the other way around. You see, I used to work in car sales, and that was a 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. schedule. So there was no time for trading. I couldn't hit New York session, London session, I wouldn't get enough sleep, and I'm missing Asian session as well too. So I decided to quit that job because I understood that trading is what I want to do. In quitting my job, I had to find a new one. But this time I did things a little bit different. So in my interviewing process, I asked one key question. Honestly, everything sounds pretty great. I just have one final question. Is the scheduling flexible, and what does that look like to you? In path 1, the goal is to schedule your work around trading, which means if you're currently working 9 to 5, see if you can switch your shift to a later shift. Maybe something that is a little bit on the closing shift side so you can still make New York session open. Try and find ways in your job that allows you to put trading first. Maybe you can have breaks where you're studying some type of trading. On your lunch break, instead of, just doom scrolling on TikTok, you decide to maybe watch a couple of educational trading videos or maybe read a trading book. But the goal is you want to center your thoughts, your life to majorly go towards trading. Because if that's what you truly want to do, then it is what's required of you. So for my people who wake up around 10 a.m. and then just go straight to work, that also includes maybe waking up a little bit earlier. So 2 things, if you're employed currently, 1, try and schedule your shifts after your trading session, not before, because if you do it before, you're not going to have enough energy to trade. 2, wake up earlier so you can have more time to improve as a trader, make new learnings, back test, or whatever it is. But you need to make time for trading, and that includes going to bed earlier and waking up early as well too. Now, if you're unemployed, this process gets a lot easier for you because all you have to do is you have to go into these interviews and ask one simple question. What is your scheduling looking like? That is what I did mainly when it was my time to search for jobs. I simply asked, hey, what does your schedule look like? And I waited and listened for their response. I didn't try to enforce my own schedule solely because I'm a master negotiator. When you go into these job interviews, remember, this is a job interview. You can ask them questions too. It's not just one-sided. So make sure you do that and find a job that works around your trading schedule. Now, what if your job doesn't allow you to do that? Well, then you truly have to ask yourself a very key question. Is trading what you really want to do, or are you just doing it for the money? If it's the latter, which you're just kind of doing it for extra income coming in, that's no problem at all. But you should definitely take the second path. If it's the former, where trading is something that you really want to do and it's something that you really want to improve in for the sake of it, then find a job that does. That doesn't mean quit right away. Let's not get that mixed up. But while you're working your current job, go on Indeed and search for some job opportunities that would fit you, that you do like. And when you do get an opportunity that not only works around your trading schedule, but you also are pretty happy with, then make that transition over to. So the second path. This path is for people who necessarily can't do what was required of the first path, or necessarily they're just doing trading for the side income and not too heavy about being a full-time trader. Then the second path is the path you should take, which is just simply tailoring your trading strategy, plan, whatever you want to call it, around your life circumstances. Last year, I had went to FX Summit. It was this big convention with just a whole bunch of traders. During this summit, there was a Q&A section, and I had actually got to talk to Jade Cap, which was pretty cool. And I remember this one piece of advice that he gave me when I asked him a certain question. I asked him, how did you work while trade at the same time? Because during this time, I was starting my new job for car sales. And he told me one key thing. He said, the main thing that you need to do is you need to tailor your trading style around your life circumstances. At the time, he was working in construction, and he took more of a swing style because he couldn't be on the charts that much while he was working there. So for him, this meant looking at higher time frames and trading the bigger picture. Depending on what your life circumstances is, you need a trading style that fits that. So if you know you can't be at the charts that much, if you know that during the day you can't even look at the charts at all, then you should take more of a swinging approach, which means looking at higher time frames, setting alerts and limits so all the work is manually kind of being done for you, which gives you a little bit of automation. Now, I'm not going to go fully in depth on how to tailor your trading style. There's multiple YouTube videos on YouTube for that, but make sure your trading style can fit the life circumstances that you are currently dealing with. There's just 3 key points that I want to make before I end off this video. 1, do not become a full-time day trader unless you're consistently making profits from the markets that is well enough to pay your monthly bill. 2, schedule your life around trading. Schedule your work around trading. When you're meeting with friends, try your best to find balance, but also put trading first. 3, a 9-to-5 can play a huge factor in determining your success in becoming a full-time day trader. And those are the 3 key points that I want you to take away from this video. Nonetheless, thank you for watching. I hope you gained some value from this video. And if you have any feedback or opinions or anything that will kind of help me grow my channel a little bit, please leave it in the comment section below. And also, before I end this video, I think it's very important that I say to take my advice with a grain of salt, because I am only sharing what I believe to be true from what has worked for me. I myself am not a full-time trader yet, and I don't want it to be any misconception of that. I trade part-time whilst working a full-time job. All the advice in this video are just simply things that I wish I could have known a lot sooner, because honestly, the advice has helped me out drastically. Now, with that being stated, peace and love.